Let's roll.
Okay.
Navigating navigating fitness and nutrition and stuff during the holidays. So, okay, so we've gone through this a lot of times already,
Yeah. I mean,
right?
essentially, it's taking all the things we've already talked about and applying
And
it.
it's making it like when you talk about something for too long, it loses its punch, I think.
Mhm.
Um, I did a little blurb the other day about expectations.
Yeah.
That's something what I thought about is if we put even half of the energy and value behind what we and how we covet the expectations and the approval of others
Mhm.
from others.
Mhm.
If we even put half of that into how we see ourselves, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say that we would be a fit society. What I'm saying is we'd be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. There's such a difference between you could be the fittest person ever, doesn't mean you're happy. If you're and it's
I'm wearing Christmas
you
theme,
are.
by the way.
You
I made this
look
shirt.
at you.
Fafo. Fuck around and find out, boy. It's not my saying though. I redid my own logo with the Fit Kit F. Look.
Oh,
See it?
oh, look
And
at
then a
that.
target. I'm gonna shoot your punk ass in the face. Look at fuck around and find out. Ho ho to the ho ho, get the ho. Rosie would like that.
She
She
would
likes
like
that
that.
house
She
music.
likes
She
shirts.
knows what I'm talking about. She thug like that. Anyway,
Mm.
so yes. Um Setting the expectations and such, man, why do we have to worry about these sorts of things? Like even having to talk about how to navigate through.
Uh-huh.
I,
Like, who cares? Navigate it however you want.
you know what I don't like? You know what the thing is they'll say is most folks will say is moderation. All things in moderation. Let me say something. Moderation is the adult word for irresponsibility.
Because if you're yeah,
Okay. I'm so dry. I didn't even snap. It's like two pieces of sandpaper
even
coming
my fingers
together.
will snap.
Don't snap at me. Fucking guy. Irresponsibility,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Moderation. Because you know why? Moderation is relative. What's that even mean? You know what I'm saying? What's
It's
that even mean? Again, it's what you expect out of yourself, what you expect, what you see yourself doing in any given situation, day in and day out.
Mhm.
You take in that regret word and you say, I wish I would have, or this time around, I'm not gonna do this. And so when you're navigating through the holidays, are you afraid of the holidays?
like, why are you trying to navigate it different than you navigate every other day?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if I mean, what about what is it that you have heard
Well, here's
that people
people
want to
are
know?
like, they don't wanna gain weight through the holidays. They're worried about overindulging. You got parties to go to. There's
So
junk
what's there
everywhere
to
too.
navigate though? Like, what is the thing that they're saying you know?
I think people want to find the balance of how they can enjoy themselves and still have their Christmas cookie baking and go to all the parties and not feel like they have to say no to everything, but at the same time, they wanna be happy with where their body's at too. You know what I mean? Like, they want to
Well, I
be
mean, yeah.
happy and enjoy all the things that they like to enjoy, but at the same time, they don't wanna lose all their progress in the process.
But what are they asking of you?
How that's possible. A lot and here's the thing, it's not even so much that people are asking about it, it's the things that you hear people say. Like, "Oh, I went to that party and I ate all that food. I'm, like, so fat. I feel so fat. I keep eating all this junk. I can't get away from this junk. I can't keep eating all this. I'm gonna be so fat." It's like, calm I hate that. Calm down. Here's the thing, either eat the things and enjoy it because you wanted to and you like it, or don't, but either way, you have to be okay with that. You
So
have
did that happen to you this holiday season? Somebody said that to you?
it happens to me all the time.
So what'd you say to them?
Exactly that. Listen, I usually tell them first, "Stop, don't say that." I hate when people talk like that because it's like, what you
Who
what
was it?
Several people,
Who?
different clients here.
Pick one. Hold them accountable. Who?
I don't wanna call call them out like that.
Okay. I had to do it forever, and her name is Nicole Marshall. One of our family's best friends. She was with me from the beginning.
Mhm,
She was the one I talked about the other day that had the scale issue. Had husband had to hide it in the street or store it in the
mhm.
closet, whatever. Yeah, we went through this year after year after year, and she'll tell you herself. I mean, she moved out of state now, but I have no problems. She'd be more than happy, I'm sure, to jump on a cast and tell you all the straight up.
Mhm.
She'll come in and she'd be super upset, and she would say, "What am I gonna do for this? What am I gonna? What if What if the family's coming into town and I'm gonna da da da?" And I would just sit to shut the fuck up already, dude. Like, chow it or get past it. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here to help you.
Mhm.
So are you afraid of eating it and then not controlling yourself? Are you afraid of, like, losing progress? Are you afraid of what is it exactly that is causing so much grief
Right.
around it? And after, several years of really navigating through her fitness journey, she was able to figure it out. And again, and remember how I said, like, she would turn around and do that go ruck? Like, that's who I was
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about. She
yeah.
went ahead and did more than one, which
Mhm.
if those of you who do those quote unquote fun races, go ruck is the military version, and that shit is not fun.
No.
That was we did one 20 22 miles, 13 hours overnight. We started in the city. I forget what month it was, but we started, I think, 9 or 10 p.m. at North Avenue Beach, I think. Like, it was several years ago.
That sounds terrible.
Us and a bunch of clients, and we went at it, man. And I mean, you talk about we had 30-pound backpacks on. That's the Go Ruck challenge, right? So they're rucksacks, just attempting to be as, bonsai as the US military. I mean, it's just not easy. Like,
It
you know what
doesn't
I mean?
sound like it.
But so, like, when you're talking about that, who in their right mind? Well, I mean, they're kind of crazy. I mean, we all were to do that, but they did more than one, which they're even more crazy. So, when you're psycho like that about getting your workouts in, we remember that kind of strength. And this was before that.
Mhm.
Had she not figured out that the expectations was what was the thing that was like slicing her Achilles was the thing that really was causing all of the issues, this wouldn't have been an issue for however, how long it was. But I mean,
Mhm.
imagine starting off an exercise session that's like here, it's 55 minutes, right? Imagine your basic workout, what, 45 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour and a half, depending on whatever you're doing and where, like, you're down the street at the local gym or you're in a session with your trainer, whatever it is. That's 45 minutes or so,
Mhm.
maybe an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
Now, imagine showing up with a 30-pound backpack on at 9 something PM, and your
Yeah.
first 2 hours of the workout are bear crawls in the sand.
2 hours?
2 hours.
Well.
We had to do that shit until the cadre was, we had to accomplish X before we could move on. It wasn't like it wasn't a rep range. So those of you who complain about, "Oh, we don't know how much time is left. If we say you're gonna burpee or we're gonna hold the plank or we're gonna do this and that," and everybody wants to know how long it's gonna be for, and we don't tell them. Like, believe us, we know what that feels like to not
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah.
But we figured it out. We figured it out there in that moment, um, because it ended up being about teamwork, and it was he put it in a way that it was about, we split us up into 2 teams. There was like 30 something of us. I think only half actually finished, but we started off as two teams, and we were bear crawling, and we had to do this bear crawl relay things. Awful, awful, awful exercise. And, it ended up being like our team finished first, but we weren't done,
Yeah.
and we didn't have to do anything. It wasn't like we had to hold a plank. No, no, no. We got to sit there and watch. Well, the staff that was myself and the staff that I was with at the time, we didn't that wasn't cool with us. Like, we figured it out. Um, we figured it out what needed to happen, and it was helping the other team.
Mhm.
And the moment we did that, everybody jumped in, and we were done, like, immediately. So the expectation was set from the get-go. This is not gonna be an individual thing.
Mhm.
Everybody's gonna suffer through it, but, if we're gonna take you to it, we're gonna take you through it. And
Right.
that was the concept. And so, when I talked to every client I've ever had about it, it was like that again, we don't care about your goals, right? Care about why you want the goals.
Mhm.
And when it comes time for your birthday or Johnny's bar mitzvah or friggin' Christmas, dude, you ain't the only one.
Yeah.
So just don't worry about what I'm not gonna, if your trainer's over there talking about, don't you dare let me down and da 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 da, and you're gonna be a failure if you eat that pumpkin pie. Or what's Christmas? Or that's Thanksgiving. What's Christmas? Christmas is what?
Cookies? Cookies? I don't know.
Man, that's just like Monday. I'll eat cookies every day. Shit. What's a good Christmas thing?
Uh.
Okay, Christmas cookies, whatever. You eat that Christmas cookie, you a failure. Unless that's what you signed up for and that's part of the agreement from the beginning, then that's your expectation and cool. You can then whatever. But if your trainer's over there trying to like,
Bully you
yeah,
into
dude,
into
you just need to take a wind up and punt him in the piss pump
yeah, do that.
so blood comes out and shut your ass up. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I like take control. Take control of your own expectations and your own standards and you know,
It's yeah, sometimes people come in here and they'll say, "Oh, I hope you didn't see my story over the weekend. I ate X, Y, and Z." I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it. So what?"
yeah,
Like, we got candy sitting over here, like, every day.
you
It's
do.
you don't like that
You do.
candy. Um, but I do that all the time. Like, there's no reason that you need to think that you have to avoid something all the time.
I don't yeah, I mean, I guess, like the scale, what is it
And what
what are you
makes you
so
feel
afraid of?
exactly, what makes you feel unsuccessful at it in the first place? That's what you have to figure out first.
Now
Like, if you're
now,
looking at the holidays and you're thinking, "Man, I really wanna do this right." Like, what does that mean?
if you say to yourself, "I'm only gonna have 5 cookies,"
Mhm,
and you have 10,
mhm,
right? But
mhm,
you enjoyed yourself, cool, great. Okay, now here's the thing, because I've had people in the past try to catch me up on this before. You said to enjoy the holidays, right?
yeah,
And I said, "When yes, because that's the expectations now." But you set a different expectation when you said you was only gonna have 5 cookies.
mhm.
You can't have your cookie and eat it too, fool. You know what I'm saying, fool?
Yeah.
Get out of here with that nonsense. Come on now. Pick one. Which one's it gonna be? You're either gonna hold yourself down to 5 or 10 or whatever it is, or you're gonna hold yourself down to no regrets. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
And you have to be okay with it either way. You can't come in and say, "Oh, I wish I coulda ate all that." Like, well, you could've, you chose not to. Or like, "Oh, I wish I didn't eat all of that." Well, then why did you?
well, here's the titty twister. When if you say, "I'm only gonna eat 5 cookies," and you come in and you say, "Guess what? I only ate 3." If you're telling us there's no way I'd come and talk about that, you lying ass.
Mm.
Mm, no way. Because when you crush a goal like that and you set a goal and you have a standard to deliver on that goal and you deliver on that goal, you want to share that with
You
people.
should be excited about that.
Right. Right. But that again, that goes back to, your self-awareness and understanding where your support system's at. And if you're uncomfortable, you know, sharing that sort of thing with people. And unfortunately, is family. A lot of the times, family is not the support system we need.
Yep.
And it is what it is. You can't choose your family in that way, right? But family's not going to be the one there lifting the weights. Your family's not going to be the one there running the miles and cooking the meals, and they're not going to. I mean, maybe they'll do that for you, and if you do that, cool.
Mhm.
Then you're a Kardashian, I guess, or you're pampered, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was a part of the blurb I put out there was with regard to expectations and
Mhm.
such. The beauty standard now is, yeah,
Ridiculous.
dude. Like,
Ugh.
why?
Yeah, for what?
Like that bitch makes her millions off of what? Because she got her ass turned out by some wannabe rapper. Give me a break, dude. And that's what youth is. Mm,
Idolizing? Ugh.
I don't. I understand. Yeah. Show me, man or woman. Show me somebody who's made their millions from zero without any stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because there's different ways to self promote,
Mhm.
right? But that was an accident. that was I'm not saying not the tape itself, but, like, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
what I mean is the way that that came out and the cash flow that came after that. I'm pretty sure that that wasn't, because that's a big ass gamble to say, "Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
If we put something like that out, we're all gonna be able to retire forever." Like, that was a
Like,
huge ass gamble,
oh my
you know what I mean?
gosh,
So,
yeah.
like, like, nowadays, that is the standard of what, a lot of this generation will look at as successful. All I gotta do is do that.
Mm,
And I had a parent talk to me, "No, that's not necessarily true. That, not everybody thinks that way. That's just an isolated scenarios, and college admittance is going up, and because we're talking about recruiting and what's expected from that, and it's like, college enrollment is going up and jobs are going up, and I'm just over here like, really? Have you not heard of OnlyFans?
yeah.
Give me a break. Like, you can go out there and show pictures of your ass and make millions because there's somebody out there who like a hairy ass. You know what I mean? And if your expectation is just to make money,
Well, then
I
sure, that's
guess
the
you
way to
found a
do
way, right?
it.
So if your expectation for around the holidays is X, then make sure you deliver on either. If you want X, then go get X. Otherwise, don't. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
Mhm.
It's hard to explain because it's just so damn easy.
It's so simple, it's aggravating. Like, it's so simple, that which doesn't make it easy necessarily. Like, it's simple to say, "I'm only gonna have 5 cookies at the party." It's not easy when you have 30 of them staring at you and you like them and you want them.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like, "Okay, if you want it, do it. If you don't, then don't." Period. And it's that simple. It really is.
and Nicole, the client I was talking about a few minutes ago, she would learn to um she would learn to, okay, I know that this is going to be there, so I'm not going to do this so I can do that.
Mhm.
And you picked your poison at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And if it makes you happy, I mean, within reason. And what I'm saying by within reason is there are some things you could do that were absolutely terrible, and I mean bad shit for your body that will just kill you. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about if it makes you happy, go ahead. That ain't what I'm saying. Okay, but let's keep this kind of straight. Even for me, I'm not going to even bother talking about that type of thing. But for the food,
Mhm.
if you wanna eat that. If you don't, then don't. But what I would say is the expectation, if you are gonna put somebody else's expectations behind your own goals, let's just say you're a client of ours,
Mhm.
okay, then let's help you we'll help you put that expectation together, but I promise you anything we'll say will merely be a suggestion. We're not gonna tell you, "You need to this, you need to that," unless it is a situation where, like, if you're on the precipice of success, if you've
Yeah.
been fighting and fighting and fighting, and this is a big, big moment where it could really set you back, like, we'll tell you straight
Of
up, like,
course.
"Look, if you do this, expect this."
But at the same time, it's on you at the end of the day. We can tell you, you have to do this or you have to do that or whatever if you want to get this. But if at the end of the day, if you don't do it, well,
Yeah,
it's on you.
so, and I was also, my wife was like, "Well, have you ever just, told your clients to tell the people that they're going to,
Mhm.
like, 'Hey, listen, don't cook this or don't make that.' That's my thing." And I was like, that came up in conversation before, like, somewhat jokingly, like, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go to my aunt's cousin's baby mama's sister's doggy dog's friend's crib from the hood, you know? Let me tell them what not to do. And it's just like, "No, they're not your keeper."
I mean, at the it really you I won't get into that because you like what I would tell people if they were that concerned about it, bring something to share with everybody that you know is going to make you happy. Is going to be within your goals and whatever. But that's kind of beside the point. Just saying, there's ways to be prepared, but it's on you.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go so far as to, bring a bag full of your own food.
Well, like an appetizer or something. I'm just
I
saying,
don't even I mean,
like when you're gonna go to a
I
Super Bowl
guess
or
you
something.
could. Listen, could you go to a
You
holiday
don't bring your
party and bring
whole
your own
meal,
shit?
but
Cool, sure you could.
yeah.
Like, great, yeah, BYOBs, why not? Bring your BYOF, bring your own food. Cool. I mean, that's a what's it called when you bring your own shit? A party where you bring your own food?
Potluck?
Yeah, I mean, you could. Why not?
Why not?
Is it a potluck? Oh, cool. Sure. If you can, why not? Go. You bring your celery,
You do you. I'll bring the brownies.
and everybody. Yeah. And why not?
Yeah.
You, right?
Yeah. Why not?
But again, with hot, the best way to navigate around the holiday season is the same way that you would navigate around any other distraction you have any other day.
Mhm.
If your plan is set, that will tell you everything you need to know. Assuming that your plan is am I just spit? You
Did
saw
you
that?
spit?
I think shit went far as hell.
Yes, it wasn't me.
Damn, look at
You.
that. Sitting up. Anyway, if your expectation, I'm sorry, if your plan is set and the set is good, and the plan is good, meaning there is a definite measuring system, there's an end date, there's there's certain things that you can use to keep you on track, certain things that you can use to let you know that you're off
Mhm,
track. Cool. If that's calories, great. If that's workouts per week, great. If that's weight loss, great. Clothes fitting, great. Whatever. If it's the scale, great. Whatever. But every plan has to have contingencies, emergency plans. You got to be able to have, and I'm not saying plan Bs here. I'm talking about, especially when you're talking about things that are emotionally driven,
mhm.
because we all know what it feels like when you're walking past, after you just take a shit and you're walking past the mirror and you're just like, oh God, damn, what happened to you? Who are you? Where did all of you come from? You know what I mean? I did that yesterday morning. Shit. I got up and I was like, oh, you know what I mean? I had to look back. Or when I cut my own hair and I gotta turn the mirror. I got a mirror I hang on the door that looks so I can cut the back. And it's like I go to fold myself to cut back. And I'm just like, yo, there's lint in that shit, yo.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, hang on. That's where my scarf went. I've been there. I'm there right now.
Oh
I'm
my
cold. Let me just lean back, grab that guy, put it on here. I'm warm. Yo, don't act like you ain't been there. Get out of here. We all been there. You may not have like, you know what I'm saying, rolling in the deep on my right lat, but whatever. We've all been in that situation, right? So
Yes.
when you see that coming, like you got to decide, like, wait, I was prepared for this or I'm not. Like, we're supposed to have a snowstorm coming here in a couple of days.
Mhm.
I love it. Like, I'm down for a white Christmas. It's cool. You
Me
know what I'm saying?
too.
But then
What?
you better prepare now. Go get your salt.
The
Go get
shovels are already sold out,
go
don't
get
bother.
go get your water and your toilet paper because people wigged out when COVID came and everybody thought that people was going to steal the toilet paper. Jesus
Is it gonna be
shit.
that bad?
Who knows? That I heard a ton, and you know how the meteorologists they it's
See,
hard. I mean, their job sucks. I get it.
I would be a meteorologist in another life.
You what?
I love the weather. I would totally be a meteorologist. That's like a a dream for another life.
You would go nuts. You would be terrible
Why?
at it because you're a control freak. You can't control the weather. Are you outside of your mind?
It's so
Oh my
intriguing.
god, okay, my name is Sarah. I'm here, and we're gonna have
I don't
snow coming.
talk
There's
like
gonna be
that.
somewhere between 1 and 55 inches coming between on some day that ends in a Y. I'm pretty sure, so don't hit me if I'm wrong, but it should be, like, later. So you probably should bundle up. Unless you don't like the bundling up, then you can go ahead and just walk out in a tank top, but if you get frostbite, it's supposed to happen in 30 seconds, and if it's 28 seconds, oh my god, like, don't get mad at me because I'm not really sure. Like, you can't gauge the weather, but I'm gonna do my best because
I do not
oh
talk
my god.
like that.
I do not talk like that.
I know. Anyway.
Share that one with a friend because that will make its way to the B-roll.
That
You
was
all know what I'm talking about. This jabroni right here. Okay.
Uh,
Was it you that put the toilet paper upside down?
No.
Boy, I
Is
was
it
about
upside
to
down right
say
now?
no, I'm saying before.
No,
Why are
I
you crying?
no, because I was laughing so hard. I'll tell you who did that.
Who?
John.
Did he?
Yeah, he's gonna get me for that. It's okay.
Well, there's footage of him
He thought it was
falling flat on his
hilarious.
back on that box jump.
He was
He's not gonna care.
he was proud of himself. He's
You
like,
can't mess with
"Don't
John.
tell him I
John don't
did that."
care. John don't care. He'll do
I
whatever.
love
I'm not
John.
gonna mess with John. I'm okay with that.
He got a real kick out of it too.
I bet. It's all
Okay,
good.
anyways,
I like John.
me too.
Put some Tabasco sauce in his water. Run your
He'd get a
marathons
kick out
now,
of that
Johnny
too.
boy. He would probably like that too.
He would.
And then
He
he would
loves that
try to
kind of
get
stuff.
me back, and it would just be this all out war,
It would be.
you know. Since I don't know how to quit, everyone dies.
Yeah, that's why
So,
I don't
moving on. Dude, we got sidetracked like
we
hell.
got
Ho to
super
the ho to the
sidetracked.
ho ho, get the ho. Right. Anyway, so she
Anyways,
wants to
eat
be a
cookies.
weatherman or a
I do
weather
wanna be a
woman,
weather woman. I'd be so
whatever.
good at it.
Um, your expectations, lock them up. That's all you have to do. You want to navigate through fitness and the holidays, treat it like any other day, except you have an excuse. You have a legitimate reason to, I mean, you have a legitimate reason to be happy every day,
Yeah.
but it is, as a species, at least in North America, it is a social acceptance where you more than likely can be happy for no fucking reason other than the fact that there's lights on the trees outside
Mhm.
and people are probably going to jump in with you.
Yep.
Now, if you're innately a negative person,
That's sad.
I hope that everything is okay at home and in your environment and stuff.
Mhm.
You know, most of the time, if you're bitter and you're an asshole, there's something else going on. So, the holiday depression, winter depression, I get it. It's real. I understand it. But what people don't understand that's not just the holidays. If you're down all the time.
Yeah.
So if you know somebody who's down, take a second, reach out. There was a hip hop dancer that took his own life
Oh, that was
earlier
so
in the
sad.
week, and I don't know him, but I know people who do.
Mhm.
Um, and so it's that mental health is a big deal. So
Yeah,
we care about the mental health more than the physical health
absolutely.
because the body does what the mind tells it to do. And unfortunately, if you don't, if you don't get a hold of it, you don't know how to express emotion, you don't know how to compartmentalize ABC, it can get the best of you. So if the worst thing you got going on right now is deciding whether or not to eat, that caramel tartlet, then you're blessed.
Yes.
Take advantage of that, enjoy the holiday and move on because there are a lot of families out there right now that are going to have to celebrate this holiday without that loved one.
Mhm.
And the last thing they're going to want to hear is you bitch about your fucking brownies.
That's very true.
I'm being, listen, I've been doing
That's
this for a long
hard.
time. I'm being completely straight. I
Mhm.
don't want to offend anybody. I don't really care if I do because I'm not trying to be rude in
That's
that
true
way,
though.
but sometimes it just needs to be said. So
Yeah.
just, back it up a little bit, think outside of yourself and really look at what you're facing and decide, is it worth the tears?
Yeah. Is it worth stressing out over like that?
Right. Right. Yep. Happy holidays and shit.